public transport in Vienna. This is Vienna, very dense. I downloaded data using this overpass query. Then I have PT Assistant installed, obviously, and then I asked for validation, which is giving me this result. Route contains a gap that can be fixed by sorting in 32 route relations. Those are safe to execute simply like that, so let's do that. And then route gap can be closed by adding a single way. It will never add a way that goes against one-way traffic, so those are also safe to apply. Okay, and then there is one platform that is now part of the highway, which it shouldn't be. My solution for this is to extract this node from that way. But if you look at the rest of Wien, then the solution would probably be to make it a stop position, which I don't like, but that's irrelevant here. So you could use the map mode to make it a stop position, or you could use Ctrl-G, Shift-G, or Ctrl-Alt-G to extract the node. I'm not going to do either. Here are problems in the route segments with no automatic fix. Let's have a look at those relations. So here is the gap. And this way here, I looked at it previously, doesn't have anything to do in this route relation. So I'm simply going to remove that one. And then I'm going to new functionality that's not in the released version of PT Assistant yet, which you find here, which is a helper for routing. It thinks there be way or bifurcations. So it's continuously finding extra ways, possibly. There. It arrived at this white way, and then we saw that gap. It's proposing to use this green way to close the gap. We simply do one, either on the numeric keyboard or, and that's it. One is correct. Let's have a look at that. This is a peculiar one. If we go and have a look at this, but we still, which is off. If I note, then there are two different nodes. So let's let more data pass than normal. Okay, it's still weird. So let's download some data there too. Okay. That one we can use. Okay. So let's try. First, we have this weird situation where there is two nodes that seem to behave on like this way. If removed, okay, we have this gap. Try what happened. Magic button here. Of course, simply wanted to hope. My internet seems to be slow. Okay, so it arrives here, and it's proposing to add this way, but we saw previously that this way was not split. Still, it's proposing to add that. So let's select 1. Okay, and the way becomes continuous. So what the button really did is to also split that way for us. So that's nice. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. I think it had the same problem. Only now we see that these two ways are already connected because that problem with these nodes here is solved. And then this way is already split. So we can add this way and then remove that one. And then that one is fixed as well. We made changes to many route relations by doing those that were added a single way or that were resorted. So let's try uploading. It's also going to do a validation step on everything that we modified, but we're not going to upload. Now we're going to have a look at what it's reporting. Route passes a one-way road in the wrong direction, 37. Before it was 100, but let's first look at these route relations that were now modified. This way here is being traversed in the opposite direction. So indeed, stop is on that side. So 20, 21, 22, 23, they're on that side. Okay. Is to simply remove this way and routing helper assistant this quite a lot. It's already downloading less than initial. Well, better to download a bit too much. Here, I don't want to remove those ways, so that is something that it doesn't detect. But it is going. Oh no, two or more common nodes. So we're going to simply disregard that. So the two do not remove ways. Okay, so it goes on, and then it comes here. It downloaded extra data for this roundabout, and then it proposes to go west or to continue on. Since this connects to the gray way, the next way, this got option 1, so we do option 1. Move this. Also, I've proposed to remove. I've proposed a new solution. Maybe, well, not. This fact, it's done. I think I would expect. It's for roundabout where the vehicle is one-way traffic. We can see the stop on the north side there, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so indeed, this one needs to be removed. So we do 1. And then we have to, obviously, in this case, we want to do 2. This is also connecting to the ground. Yeah, so good. maybe it should give a message there to say that it's that is completed the route. Now I'm going to do a new upload because I want a new validation run. This 36 here. Let's see what it became. 35. We see that we have many times, 2 times the same route relation, 3 times, 3 times. If you see that, like here, 3 times, if you see that you have the same route relation like this one, very many times, then it might be ways are simple order. So ending almost all the ways as out of order. That is the order the way. So let's have a look at plots. Even the stops are not in the right order. So if we start here at the Oberwart plots. Like that. Dirt, that's good. The only problem is that there is one here that that's constantly getting more and more often in the route relation, which is very unlike really. So let's select them and put them back. Okay, so that seems good. Let's just wait several times. That's the reason. So let's have a look. What are these ways actually? It seems right, but this seems wrong. I think that stop should be there maybe. So we're coming from there, and then we pass here. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if it passes like this, then the stop needs to be here somewhere. But why there? Rather here, maybe. Anyway, so that seems okay, but actually the plugin saw the stop when it was passing over this. Doesn't explain why it was in there 4 times though, but okay. Okay, so that seems good. So now I'm going to select this route relation, and I'm going to ask specific validation. So we had it here in this list, 1, 2, 3. So well, anyway, so several times. So I'm going to do validation, and now everything on that route relation seems to be fine. So that's good. So we're going to upload again to get a new validation round on everything that was modified. Yeah. I'm trying to find one where it is very often in there. Let's take this one this time. So fix. If you look at it in Zoom, do we see? We see that this is supposed to be the last way, I would say. Here is on that side. That is strange. So here, apparently this is supposed to be the first way. This one doesn't make sense. So take it out, add this one in, save, and then have a look. So the bus would have to start like this and then double back, I guess. Let's see if we can download a bit more data. Way that doesn't go the way that we would like to leave. So very strange. Something very strange is going on here. It cannot go against that one way either. It goes to the north first. That might make sense. Not more data here too. That may work. So let's start our routing helper assistant again. Let's use option 2 in this case. And then here again, option. And then option 1. And then option 2. So in this we're going to do not remove ways. Also do not remove ways. Want to remove those, that one, that way. And then we want to add those ways for option 1. Again, those. So I don't know if you can see why it's so important for me to see on which it that makes sense of it. That's why I don't like stop positions, especially by themselves in the route relation. So there you go. This is done, but I have to go up all the way because I think there is mirror that shouldn't be in there. That one should not be in there, and then it becomes continuous. We would have said in, then it would have told me again that the route is not continuous, and then we would have noticed that this was not quite. But I had seen that it had done that. So, okay, that one seems good. So let's upload again. Not actually upload, and we go from 26 to 24. And that's how little by little PTS improved the whole network by giving you indications of what's going wrong. There are some more. The first stop does not match the first way. Last stop during that. So that's what we were doing here. I can, of course, simply remove that one and then add these two instead. That's what I would have done last year. And then here as well, fix. So I can simply remove that one and then add these two. But it's with this helper assistant. Okay, even though it takes a while for it to download every day all the data. So again, this is the same issue. What would be nice is if it would be able to recognize that it's having that same problem and to fix them in all the route relations at once. We might also fix that by using sub-route relations, but okay, we're not there yet. By looking at this roundabout, I'm not very happy with it. So one thing that such a roundabout is, oops, not that. I want to move that now. Actually, a safe way to move W key. Oh, what's going on? W. Select away and then W. Oh. Yeah, okay, so now I have this is like, and then I can easily move this node where I want it. And then I'm going to move that node as well. I'm going to split away here. More than one way. How is that possible? Oh, oh okay. So I wanted to select that node, yeah, and then split here. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, okay. So I need to download more data here. So okay. Why is it constantly telling me that there is more than one way that's using that node? That's not true. Come on. That is very strange. What is this? Apparently some land use, maybe. Yeah, farmland. I'm not interested in farmland. I did disable in my filter, apparently. So what I need to do is to select the way that I want to split, and then additionally select the node, and then only split that. Okay, and then I'm going to use Control to unselect that one. Again, this node, and then the A to start adding Okay, so there I have this way, and then I want to select this node again. Now I want to have okay, so now I have two, and then I add one way, yes. Okay. So here I'm going to use W again, and then Control to add a node there, and another one here, and then this node I want to put a highway giveaway on it. Okay. This node I want it there. And then I want to do the same on this side. Became a bit smarter, and I'm going to make sure that I have the highway. The highways. That's the land use. There, now I have the highway selected. I'm going to use W, add another node on it. There. And then I'm going to detach this way from the roundabout. Oh, okay, yeah, so I'm breaking lots of road relations. Come on, go away. I know that I'm breaking lots of road relations. Yes, I will fix them. Come on, give me back my screen. Many are incomplete, so I'm getting in big trouble here. Yeah. So, I detached that node. I'm actually going to add a node on here. And then I'm going to I have this way selected, that's good. I want to add this one node, come on. Yeah, now I have the node, then I can split. I use Control to not have that way selected. Then I'm going to select and remove all those route relations from there. And then I'm going to merge those two. So all these route relations are fixed now. That's all. Then I have my highway. I have a node. I can split. I don't want this part. I want to change the direction of that one. Okay, and then again, I need that node there too. Okay. And then I should be doing the same on this one. Okay, so let's detach this. Let's detach the two and one. Yeah, I wanted to do that like this. So this is the land use. So not okay. As far as the land use goes, I'll be part of this land use. I'm going to detach it here too, and then remove that node. And there, that land use. Okay. Move that node. Okay, I'm getting in far more trouble than I ever hoped it. Is this, and it's an existing node, so I'm going to do G there. I'm going to have to wait until this disappears again. Come on, yeah. Okay, so now I can, now this is a new node, so I can remove it. This part is probably, okay. What's this? That's a new node. I can remove that one. Okay, so that should more or less fix that land use. Good. So the roundabout this way here. I'm also going to split that. Okay, and this I'm going to remove it from all those route relations. Okay. So now I have this way here. I want to add. Come on. Yeah, I want to add a node to it. I want to split there. Then deselect that part, change the direction of it, and then add a one way on it. And then again split there. Good. I want to connect it to that highway. Come on. And okay, so here I'm getting again into more trouble than I had hoped. So this node is an existing node. As far as this way goes, I'll detach it. Now it's a new one, so I can remove it. This way I'm going to split it at that point. And then I'm going to first this land use. Open up of the land use. There. Add. And then connect again over there. Okay, so now I have a search function here, which is finding, I'm going to do it again, Control F, it's finding junction roundabout in view, so it's finding all the ways of the roundabout. Now I can simply do O to redistribute those nodes, and I want to have a few more nodes. Do that again. O. Then, since all the ways are still selected, I can move them all at once. So they're nicely centered. Okay, so that looks good. It looks a lot better, I think, than what we had before. Okay, so now I'm going to select all these ways. And have many route relations here. Okay, select them. Come on, select the relations. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use validation on those again. So now it's doing validation on 100 route relations. At least I hope it does. There it is. Checking that the broadcast is still working. Oh no. Okay, it seems okay. Yeah. No, I don't have results yet. What's happening? Yeah, okay. Now it comes back with the results. Yeah, so probably I shouldn't have started doing all that. Oh. Yeah. So route gaps can decrease by sorting members. Apparently the computer is also getting a bit warm, or I don't know, asking a bit much of it apparently. Come on, yeah. Well, yeah, now I have quite a few problems to fix. So that wasn't extremely smart, and I still have to fix that lens use as well. Time to save. It's probably also the intermediate saves that are taking quite a bit of time. And there are only 14 that have their ways out of order, so that's still okay, I think. But the computer has become extremely slow. So I'm not going to use the fix button as is. It would simply sort the members. I first want to have a look at what's going on in these route relations. So I'm going to do edit. Right mouse button, and then there should come an edit option, but no. Yeah, edit. So then we can have a look at it. Normally, it's the route relation that has focus here. If there would be more than one, now it's only its ways indicated in purple like this. Right now, it's drawing all of them because they were all selected. And it might be that is also taking a lot of time. Yeah, there. Okay, so now if I select it, then we notice that it's. Yeah, obviously it is. I simply. Uh, yeah, so it has those ways in too many. So I can remove them with this button and then it becomes continuous. If I would have used the roundabout splitter, but it was already split, so that was a bit tricky. If I would have used the roundabout splitter, then it would have been taken care of automatically. What I should be doing now is, with those ways selected, maybe also try to edit this one. And that one will have the same fix. It's going in the same direction. If I would know Wien, then Vienna, which other ones are going in that same direction? It's going to Wien, to Vienna. So, yeah, simply have a look at edit. So this is also one that can be fixed like that. This one too. If I'm doing it wrong, validator will tell me that I'm going against one-way traffic at the next validation round. So even if this would not be quite right, I will get notification. These are coming from Vienna. So here, this is not a fix. Those here, it's these ways that need to go out. Up here, it does not become continuous. Ah, okay, so here I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to put this one on the side. This is also coming from Vienna, so that's weird. Edit. This is going to be this. So here also it seems like it were those ways that needed to go. Then it does become continuous. So I'm going to remove those ways. Use the magic button. I'm going to leave it. That too. No, I don't know if it's 2, so I press 2 again. Okay, I should have done it manually, obviously. Oh, how odd. Okay, here it finds a problem with this one. Here I do want to remove those ways. And then one again. Okay, so now we're... This is strange. So I want option 2. I think there was a problem there already before. Option 2. And now it's continuing. It didn't catch on that. So I'm going to do escape to make it stop. And then this way here, that one needs to go. Oh, escape. Yeah. So this way here, it needs to go, and then it becomes continuous. So that's good. Then let's have a look at this one. Seems like this is coming from Vienna. It's very strange. I hate everything that comes from Vienna. Let's have a look at the map. So Vienna north. So everything that comes from Vienna cannot use this part of this roundabout. And thus it needs to use that part. Okay. And then here is another one that's coming from Vienna. I'm going to add those ways here in the bottom. I'm going to select these ways that shouldn't be in the route relation. I'm going to use this button to remove them. They're up here, somewhere here, you see. I can easily remove them, and now I can simply use the sort button, and then they will be pulled up from down there, and everything is in order. Okay, so let's try uploading again. I have 2 more route relations that still have a gap that can supposedly be fixed by sorting, but then the route relation is still not entirely okay. Well, what's that? Those ways are in there an awful lot of times. So let's remove them and put them back. And then again. Oops, what did I do? I tried to flip them, but that didn't work out. What's going on here? Remove those. So immediately I had feedback that these ways are in there more than once, which in this case doesn't make sense because this seems to be the end of this route relation. Okay, but there was this other problem. Okay, yeah, there are many short ways, so that's why they're in there several times. But if the stop is here, then why does it go beyond? unless it's turning around up here, but it would be better if there would be an actual spoon there to indicate that. But that's what it's doing. Maybe going through this parking, I don't know. We're going to leave that alone. I'm going to try to upload again. Gaps that can be fixed by simply sorting. The PTO system plugin tried sorting them, and by sorting them, they became correct. So this is usually also safe to do, so let's use it. And then this one, if you sort it, it becomes better, but not quite the way you want it. So let's move out. Let's put them back in, and then put them back in, and then flip them over there. Let's sort it. Let's try to upload again, so we have another validation run. Here it has an automatic fix. Let's see what that's going to do. So it looked at all the other route relations, and it found route relations that are serving the same sequence of stops. And then it can use the ways between those stops to fix this. So let's see if that actually works. So fix. So what did it do? It removed that way, and it removed many more ways between those stops, and then it added all the ways between these stops in again. If I do a refresh, then it becomes complete. One way in the wrong direction. Now, oh no, I have 51. It's getting worse. So let's fix. It's probably because that's odd. So which stop? The southern one. So those ways need to go out. So let's do that first. Yeah, and then it becomes continuous already. So that's good. I'm going to try and upload and see if this 50 becomes 49. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I have many more cases where these ways need to be removed. Just skip one here. Well, this is another case of a complete route relation that seems to be wrong. Wow, and why does it have these stops so often? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's check if we're starting in Wien Karlsplatz. Seems to be having the same issue as another one that we were doing before. There is the Friedrichstraße. That seems. This is from Keindorf in Hartberg. Let's see. Keindorf by Hartberg. This should be our first way. So now I'm going to save this. So all the stops are numbered incorrectly as well, so I'm going to reorder them, but what we're going to see is that some of them are going to be doubled. So that's a bug that is difficult to solve, but yeah. So after sorting, you have to check that in the ways that they're traversed twice, that those stops are not in there too often. Still, it saves an enormous amount of time not having to do all this resorting manually. That would be nobody would want to. On the other hand, I did it wrong because this stop is obviously. Whoa! What is going on here? This stop is right. The roundabouts are all traversed on the southern side. So then it should up here. Oops. Okay, so hopefully I'm not all too stupid. Removing those and then adding these in. I don't like having to add two things for one stop, but that's another story. The moment we're still and would work with these double, and obviously it can, but that doesn't have to mean that I like it. Okay, so this is looking a lot better, and I think it makes sense to have switched those stops. Okay, good. So I'm going to leave it at that for this one, and then I'm going to try to up. Okay, another validation run, and now we go to 29. That's already a lot better. Huh? So we fixed many problems. Here it's again case, but that's a problem I caused myself. So yeah, fix. It's not exactly. I hope other people will also see this as an improvement. What I did there. Here we have 3 problems in this route. So it's again that one. I'm going to have a look at this one. Okay. What would be really great is if you solve a problem like this in one route relation that got so many other route problem. Don't you want to fix those as well? So here is going against one-way traffic apparently. Let's have a look. So it's coming from the north. So then indeed it's not correct to be traversing, so remove ways. And then it can propose to follow the roundabout, so I do 1. And 1 again. And 1 again. It's added that way twice, so that's not good. So there is a bit of a problem here, so I'm going to remove those 2, but I'm going to first do escape because otherwise it might get really confused if I'm changing stuff in the relation editor. Okay, so that's better. Before doing anything else, now that I'm looking at this roundabout again, this was this land use that I mangled. So let's first look into trying to fix that. That's a new note. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And that one. And then add a note here and merge it. So that is that land use. That's already better, I think. I hope. Then we have the land use. I know there's a plugin that makes this kind of work easier. I simply try to avoid this kind of thing. So usually I have issues like these. Merge. Okay. Look, here we have more land use. So here I'm going to use W and then I'm going to control to add a node, select a node and merge them together. Um, two ways in them. There's something really wrong in them. What's which one? This one. So they found several. Then I would have been able to do it in relation to look at that later. And here, take that out and place that right. So that a lot better one. Yeah. Actually,